That seems ridiculous, yeah.
Handshake and let's go.
Let's see what they get. This is the very exciting bit, right?
Okay, Federico draws Brilliant and Jam Knight, but he does play 2, so that's not that big of a deal.
Combo.
While on the other hand, he has 5 spells, so...
Let's see what they are. Prankids place searches a monster.
And he has double Instant Fusion as the last spells.
Is that enough to do anything?
Place is the one that searches a monster, is the fuel spell.
So he can make a Link summon.
And then he has Instant Fusion, so I'm pretty sure that any Prankids plus Instant Fusion is the opening.
Which I guess you use?
You of course use it, because otherwise you bricked.
Because you don't know what you're doing, right? No, I mean like.
Ah, you mean Mako? I think so. You don't even know.
But like, you don't know what they're playing, so if you don't know the deck that well, it makes sense just to go ahead and Ash.
But yeah, you can hear the crowd going crazy, because if that Ash actually resolved, the Dinka was done for.
I'm gonna guess that Prankids place you can only use 1 off per turn, but you never know.
I'm guessing that you can only activate 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there is light stage which you can activate more than 1 off.
I know.
Madness.
But from what I heard and from what we have seen previously, all you need to combo off is an Instant Fusion and a Prankid Master. So let's see if this is true.
Let's see if the rumors...
If the rumors are true. So he does send a trap, which, as we saw before...
can reduce the attack
of
opposing monsters. Which,
but you can recycle also some cards back.
So yeah, where does he go? So he can add 2 cards back, and he can summon...
Yeah. And add the quick spell.
He gets to add... Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. He gets to add the spell as well. And then... What does he do next? Do you know?
Do I know?
Do you know?
I
said you were ready.
I am ready.
Does he link
As
again?
As you can obviously... See? No, I mean...
Maybe he links again. Yeah, got it. Another link 2. Yeah. And then he gets the other Prankid.
He doesn't have 2 cards to summon back or to special.
But then he's going to contribute to add 2 back.
Yeah.
And then he'll have the
he draws
spell
a card.
With like 4 million Prankids for next turn.
Oh, and he gets another terraforming, which is not something you want to see. He basically opened 3 fuel spells, which are once per
I guess
turn.
banished 1 for the...
Yeah, but he draws into terraforming, which is basically not a draw, but...
Thins the deck.
Yeah, it thins the deck. Now he gets the...
Puts a spell in grave for his engage, right?
Yeah. He will get some life points back now with the water one, I believe. And it will go back to 8,000. I think that's the one that gives 1,000 back.
Federico just making sure.
Yeah, you don't want to mess it up, of course, but...
Just double check what every card does.
If I remember correctly, Bow Wow can only be tributed on your opponent turn. So...
Sure?
I think so. So now is the fusion, and yeah, he does use it.
Is the rocket, you can only use the effect of the rocket once per turn?
But he didn't use it yet, he only used it as a material, so yeah.
Yeah, so he'll be able to summon two Link monsters back.
Yeah, if he wants.
That seems good.
Indeed. Also because he still got a summon from the deck. So as I said, the rumors were probably true. 1 instant fusion is all you need.
I'm believing the rumors now.
Yeah, 1 instant fusion is all you need. It seems like quite an explosive opening. And yeah.
Who knew?
I didn't.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of decks can combo with like an instant fusion and a thing, but Prankids seem to be doing it very resiliently. As in, they don't really necessarily care about interruptions like the Colossus.
Now he gets back 2, and he will be able to set up the usual combo where you just end up with the quick fusion. So to have the Raigeki, and then you can also tribute the Link. So
this is crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Raigeki is obviously not too worrying for Thunder Dragons, but just the recursion.
Yeah.
That he's going to keep getting.
I think it could have gone even worse. Like the fact that he opened a triple fuel spell essentially, like after drawing 1, and the double instant fusion was definitely hurting for Dinko. But he did have the call body grave from the Ash, which was essential. Otherwise, he would have just bricked there.
Well, yeah, he would have had. Well,
but I think that the fact that he has those that cards now in hand is gonna matter, because this opening seems fair, but not that impressive against Thunder Dragon.
Fair, but not unfair.
Exactly. And sometimes in Yu-Gi-Oh, you do need unfair things.
A bit of unfair.
Dark is picked up, not the best, honestly. And luckily, he does play 2 copies of the Jam Knight Ember.
Otherwise, that would be a very sad hand.
Yeah. He does play 2 copies, right? If I remember correctly.
I mean, you seem very confident, but I agree, because it says 2 on his deck list.
Okay, then he should be.
So yeah, I guess we'll see when the Prankids sort of start to explode.
Yeah, like this setup I meant is not that great in terms of interruptions. It's pretty decent.
But how much interruption does he need to do?
That's the thing. But then on the next turn you can get a lot of monsters back. So
I mean, yeah, because during his opponents, if you know he's not put under too much pressure, then he'll be able to use the fusion during the end phase to get the Prankids Weather Washer to summon back 2 of the Link monsters from the graveyard.
And then it gets crazy because, as we saw in the last match, you can go into Bottle Load, which is a big deal for the Thunder Dragon deck, or even Bottle Sword if he wants to try an OTK. So let's see how Mikkotzi decides to go.
Titan time. Maybe forcing out the fusion now is actually relevant. Force him to commit to the Butler rather than the Weather Washer.
As I said, it doesn't seem like the Regeki would do much to the Thunder Dragon deck, honestly.
But if you make him make that rather than being able to make the Weather Washer, or maybe he makes the Weather Washer, but he has to do it now rather than later, and you can force it out and attack over the Link monsters.
It seems like you'd just rather summon a bunch of monsters against the Thunder Dragon deck. So maybe it's not even bad after deciding to go second, but that's another story. We'll consider that later.
We'll consider it when Dinka tells us what he's going to do.
Yeah.
I'll bow to his judgment.
Yeah, I meant actually against the Thunder Dragon.
Oh, yeah. Mikkotzi. That's a bold decision.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have enough entraps and like evenly matched seems to be really good against the deck.
Yeah, but he's not got Gamma, so what is the point?
I have to teach him a lot more then.
I don't know where this is going.
Yeah, that's just the regular stuff. But I mean, the protection effect of the Thunder Dragon seems to be super relevant against the deck. So I'm wondering. As I said, the scarier part of the deck against a non-combo is the Swarm. So you can summon a lot of Prankids, and that's the annoying part. But outside of that, if you think about it, like last game, the Regeki was basically useless. Dinka used it only at the end on a Phoenix and a Saruya, which would have not been able to clear his board anyway.
Well, I mean, they couldn't be destroyed by battle, so how else?
But yeah, exactly. That's not. But he had the bottle and then everything else, so in general, that's not great. But let's see.
Yeah, let's see. I don't know where he's going. It would have been nice to have maybe banished the Dark, and then you can add Thunder Dragon, and then you can get 2 pops.
Yeah.
Because you might want to start popping, but he can't do that now. See where he goes.
So Summoner, and now you gotta start considering when, and even if you'd use it. I don't think you even go for the Regeki, as I said. I think you just keep the...
yeah, you just keep it.
Yeah, you just keep the monsters, because then the Regeki is
just
gone.
Fuse 2.
And you waste a lot of resources for it, you know?
Yeah. Makes more sense just to make the Weather Washer, which you can use in the end phase and special summon 2 Link 2s back.
Yeah. So you can easily get like 5 monsters on board.
But I mean, this is depending on what Mikkotzi... If Mikkotzi puts him under enough pressure, then he might be forced to use the fusion defensively.
True. The Reborn might help in that.
Because if he can just threaten 8,000 damage, then he just has to use the fusion for the Battle Butler.
Yeah, but even then, like, he's not gonna be able to destroy anything on Mikkotzi's board if it is at that point. So you just summon it as a big beater, and supposedly that there is a Titan or a Matrix in hand, he might be able to just attack over it.
Yes. He's used Matrix to add now, though.
Yeah.
A lot of options for Mikkotzi to consider. It's really hard to pick out. I mean, as long as he doesn't use Monster Reborn on his opponent's monster, I'm good. In Chain.
Okay.
He's learned.
Set the Amber.
Learned from London. In London, he summoned the Amber.
Okay.
What's the plan then? Titan. Triple Colossus Titan. Double Colossus Titan.
Titan seems to be good, but he may be... I mean, it depends if he knows, because like Triple Colossus is easier, but then it doesn't deal with the fusion.
No, it does not. But he prefers...
Which is not that relevant, though.
Well, no, he can still make a Titan in the extra monster zone, I guess. What do you think of Monster Reborn in the Thunder Dragon deck? Do you like it?
I have different opinions about it, honestly. It depends on the count. Since we know Mekotsi is playing above 40, it doesn't seem to be that needed, because like if you go above 40, I think it's for some reasons. But it's a decent card. It would be better if Ghost Spell was more popular, because then you can still continue, I guess.
Well, Ghost Spell also negates,
it negates the activation. I know.
The Hawk in the hand.
But it still loses. I mean, if you have other extenders, that's in a way. But like worst case scenario, you could be able to steal like a ray from your opponent and just push some damage. Yeah, it has some applications, but it's not particularly good.
So presumably, the fusion was being activated because Mekotsi went to attack.
Let's show the washer.
The weather washer?
Yeah.
There you go. So I guess it's just like the rocket, but you can use it in your opponent's turn, right? Which is fine.
Exactly.
Seems pretty handy.
It is.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they cannot be destroyed by battle.
That's something we've learned.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely relevant.
It's
we didn't know that.
relevant.
Then it's even better to just swing. Oh, my God. That changes a lot. I thought they were already good, but now they're even better.
What does Mekotsi do about this? Can he do anything?
I don't think so. It's gonna be in a similar situation as Andres, honestly.
Just like he's got his monsters which can't be destroyed, but equally his opponent just does not care.
They can be stealed, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, if he's gaining advantage, like this board now it's made doesn't do anything; it just sits there.
Yeah.
So if Dinka doesn't care about it, even if he can't destroy it like fast, he can just destroy it slow and keep. This is crazy.
Yeah, this deck, as you said, maybe it has some problems against combo decks, but against some slower decks like Thunder Dragon, which is not that slow, but you know what I mean, and Sky Strikers, it seems to be really good at grinding. Yeah.
I mean, I just don't see how you get through something like that. Just something that gets back 2 monsters which can't be destroyed by battle, and then can't be destroyed by, and then like if you try and destroy them by a card effect, they'll just chain their effect and add 2 more cards to your opponent's hand. Like, it's not offering that many interruptions, but it's
but it's really hard to deal with,
So I guess he just attacks the weather. Oh yeah, the link, I guess. Make him activate it, I guess. Oh no, let me just add 2 more cards back to my hand.
Something cool to say that we haven't mentioned yet is that Dinka is actually maining Invocation, which is the spell for the Invoke deck, just because you can use it as a regular polymerization, which is a cool application we haven't seen before, honestly.
And if your opponent, has an Alistair in there.
Maybe, you never know. You could steal it, I don't know.
Yeah, if they had an Alistair in grave, you could
banish it, but then you don't have the fusion to summon it, so it's
maybe he should take one in his extra deck.
Yeah.
Summon a Mechaba or a Ragin. I guess they have all the different attributes.
Yeah.
It's a shame Mekotsi has not got...
like rivalry. And or goes and match, whatever, but...
I mean, I don't think Thunder Dragon can really use goes and match.
Yeah, I know, but
rivalry
they could now.
They could. They're all dark.
Yeah.
Who needs the light one? I mean, obviously, if he was expecting the Prankid matchup, he would have put the goat in.
Didn't prepare well enough, obviously.
What was he doing? I mean, sure.
You just want to get one more interruption, I guess.
Make the Titan, but I guess, because the Weather Wash is going to be used in the end phase, and then you can pop the link.
Oh, and you can get
the link
back
monsters
to the
be used again?
Oh my god, this is...
I don't know if you can use them again.
No, I think they're once per turn, but the thing is...
Mekotsi can't use it in the end phase,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh my... This is absurd, because now you can use the Bird again, the Doo-Doo, to get back the Dodo, to get back the Shoop Doo-Doo.
The Doo-Doo Dodo.
The Doo-Doo Dodo.
And he can use Instant Fusion to straight up bring 2 links back from his grave. Like,
it's absurd.
The double instant, well, you said Instant Fusion was bad, but the second one is going to be nuts.
No, it's not bad. I mean, it's better on the first turn, but of course it's a huge card to draw.
Yeah, obviously what you're supposed to do is draw the second one on your second turn. Right?
Yeah. And the OG polymerization is...
look at the art.
Yeah.
Craziness. No, he doesn't even need the instant fusion. He'd rather just...
go the old way.
I don't think... I mean, I'm impressed, but Federico just doesn't look very impressed here. He looks thoroughly annoyed by the Prankids, which I suppose is what they're supposed to do.
He's probably bringing in flashbacks of the Swiss round, and I would imagine that to be quite frustrating, honestly. And what can you do?
Seem to be accumulating infinite resources. Like he's got Borrel to take something. Borrel will more or less prevent him from taking damage. That is the invocation. Here we go.
Okay, there we see it.
He could have pulled a trick similar to what Zappini pulled. If you break, you set the invocation.
Yeah.
Hope it's destroyed.
Invoked, actually disappeared completely from the meta game. I mean, it was kind of popular.
It kind of, yeah.
But no one is playing it since months, kind of.
It was messing about.
Yeah.
Okay, that I can see. Makazi popping the rocket before it summons 2 more monsters. Little does he know.
Yeah.
No, is that his 3rd one though? I think he's used.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, because he summoned 2 last turn.
Did he? Oh yeah. Because one was from Instant Fusion and then the second one just the regular one. Yeah.
But he can just add it back to his extra deck, right? With
I don't know if he has it though. Yeah.
The Bow Wow Buck.
Yeah.
Which he has not used this turn, I don't think.
And it seems like he is actually counting that. Can't the trap also do it? But I think only on your opponent turn, right?
The trap?
Yeah.
Which trap? Oh, I see. No, I think it's when your opponent's monster declares an attack.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But it also recycles stuff, so. And there's a spell as well, which he does not have at the moment, so.
He might be able to. Oh, he can't add it, right, surely.
Yeah.
There are 2 Colossus. You doubly can't add. When you have 2 Colossus, the second one stops you adding from the grave to the hand.
Yeah.
That's what it says. If you control 1, you know you can't add from the deck. If you control 2, can't add from the grave either.
Yeah, I know. And the 3rd one?
Can't draw.
Can't draw. Okay.
Your hand is stuck.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you can add from the field somehow.
Okay, so it seems like they don't even have bad arrows, to be honest. It's similar to Underclock Taker, so it's quite a versatile one.
Yes. So I'm feeling like the Borrel load might be coming down at some point.
Yeah, it's looking quite similar to the match against Andres, so...
But all of Federico's monsters have just lost attack points, so he's in a lot of trouble now. How's he going to get around the Borrel load? Seems not that irrelevant, like, in a situation where, like, there's almost no outs to the Borrel load, and then you make it so there's completely no outs to the Borrel load.
It's almost like you want to cherry the Borrel load in this matchup, because, like, if you do, honestly, how do they get rid of your stuff? It's not that easy, like... Jokes aside,
like...
It could be an actual
both decks don't seem to be able to get around the other deck's cards very efficiently.
Yeah.
But in the meantime...
Do Mekotsi play... does he play Borrel load on his own?
Mekotsi play Borrel load?
It's not quite
could be pretty big.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see why you would, if I'm totally honest.
I agree,
but he does.
He does?
Yes.
Borrel load.
Borrel load. I mean, why would you play Borrel sword? You can attack your monster big enough anyway. But yeah, that is Borrel load in his extra deck.
That could be relevant though, because he has Monster Reborn. So if he's able to actually summon his own, but actually, never mind, because the
Battle
is
Butler.
there. Yeah, the Battle Butler is there to meet him, and it's not gonna be a pleasant feeling. So
the Battle Butler beats the Borrel load.
Yeah, he does.
Pretty badly.
This is not looking good, and
it's not going to get any better, is it?
Dinka is also gaining life points in the meantime, even though he paid, like, the Eastern Fusion is up to 10,000, and 20 minutes are almost gone on the clock, so we gotta keep in mind that as well. Since he has all these life points, like cards that gain life points or deal life points damage, if we ever get to see a game 3, he could be in a huge position.
What's the counter on Borrel load for? Oh, it gained 500.
Yeah,
oh my god. Okay, I think maybe he just can't kill it now.
Yeah.
Because He's got the mate. Like the only way you can really kill the borrow load is your own borrow. I suppose his own borrow load can take it down.
He's just counting the damage right now.
And attacking over it can take it down, but he just can't attack over it now. It's 35.
Yeah. But he has his own borrow load, which we said is not that great. So if he somehow forces
out the fusion spell, followed by the fusion, followed by making
Reborn.
a borrow load.
Yeah. I mean, Reborn is the only card that actually could do it, but we should not count Federico out, because we saw against Simony that a single Pot of Desires was able to actually came back. So if he, for example...
He has to have other cards to draw with the Pot of Desires.
Yeah.
But yeah, what were you going to suggest?
I mean, Denko Sekka, for example, is able to shut down the fusion.
That's a good point. Impermanence can shut down the borrow load.
Yeah. But Impermanence, I don't think is going to be useful, because the Brilliant Fusion is stuck there, so...
Yeah, it's too slow.
Yeah.
By far.
But if he gets, like, the Desires and then the Denko and, like, he has the Reborn, so it shouldn't be too complicated to make his own borrow load. Then he has some hope, but...
I think Dinka's passed.
Denko is?
Dinka has passed.
Ah, Denko. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, he shouldn't be able to do too much.
He's not set the fusion spell.
Okay. Then we can play. Oh, never mind.
No, this is in Federico's turn, because that's the effect. That fusion monster can only use.
Maybe he just used it on his own turn and he doesn't have any more. But it would seem very weird, because
the fusion monster can only be used on your opponent's turn.
No. I know. What I mean is that why wouldn't you set it though?
He doesn't have it in his hand.
I'm pretty sure he added it, because like if he used it, why won't you use like invocation instead? If you needed a fusion spell,
he used polymerization.
Yeah, no. What I mean is, I'm sure 100% that he had another quick spell.
It looked like he added it to his hand, but he's not set it, and it is Federico's turn.
And it's saying that he doesn't have it right now, but what I'm saying is, if he ever used it, then...
But Federico's conceding
Federico
anyway.
scoops it up, and...
Well, all right then.
We go to game 2, and Dinka is proving once again the power of this deck. The crowd is cheering for him. I'm wondering what would have happened, like if you reborn a Link 2 and then make borrow load, but I guess if you can just...
feel it's good.
It is.
There are 24
Feudal Order
spells.
seems to be probably one of the best cards you can ever see against it.
Super Poly, somehow. Might work.
I mean, the Predoplant says, but I don't think there are any Dark Monsters on
Use your own monster and one of their fusions.
I mean, it doesn't sound that bad, but let's see. Oh my, let's see. Seems like Federico is going first, and
that's fine. It's a Thunder Dragon hand.
It's a Thunder Dragon hand.
That's what I would call it.
And he does have the Impermanence this time to possibly stop the borrow load. That is basically just doing madness against all these Thunder Dragon players.
Will the Impermanence live there for long enough for it to hit a borrow load?
I am not sure. It depends on what Dinka is going to try and do. He does have the Cold by the Grave, but at the moment it's not super relevant. It's still decent, even though there are no entraps in Federico's hand.
He's got the fusion and he's got multiple Prankids, so I feel like he's probably happy.
Yep.
I mean, you can tell by his deck building that he wanted to draw these cards because he was running 3 of every Prankids as well as 3 of the Prankid.
Yeah.
Along with, 8 fusion spells. Well, depending whether you count instant fusion, 11 ways to get a fusion monster out. So
it's quite a consistent deck, obviously.
Yeah, there's a lot of it looks like it's going to be doing the same thing
over and over again. Yeah.
Which is kind of what I want from a Yu-Gi-Oh deck.
I agree.
I mean, you want it to be able to do have lots of different options. But I guess if it does the same thing over and over and that thing is enough to win, which it seems to be, especially against Thunder Dragon.
Yeah, you shouldn't try and do
nothing fancy.
Yeah, exactly. You should just keep it simple and consistent, especially at such huge events.
Federico going to end with no mean board.
Yeah.
Double Colossus Titan. He still likes summoning them in attack mode.
Yeah.
Maybe he just likes it.
It depends on the matchup, I'd say, but yeah.
What matchup would you rather it in defense?
Anything that's really comboing off, because then it can probably punish you somehow. Or either stealing them, I guess, but...
They're stealing them, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it depends with what they are stealing them.
Ooh, that's a good draw.
Yeah. That's definitely a good draw, but is it as good as the desires of Mego in the previous turns?
I don't know. I mean, what more cards does Dinkerboy want than a load of Prankids and a fusion spell?
Evenly matched? I wouldn't hate that.
If he's siding it, which he is.
Mekotsi life points are obviously not 1,000, but
no,
we're gonna quickly...
They are 8,000 minus 1,000.
Yeah. He gets an impairments, I think. Yeah. And another fusion. He's got a handful of Prankids, so I'm curious to see what he will be able to do. Federico only has one interruption, and it's not going to be easy.
Straight into the battle butler. That's what. Clearly the plan. I mean, impermanence here feels really weak if you use it because he can just summon and link it away.
Impermanence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe the Titan.
I mean, as I said, it's not that easy to clear this board, even for Prankids. From what we saw, at least, the main way to do it was Borrowload.
They just mess about until they draw Borrowload.
Yeah, so unless they summon, I don't know, a Phoenix, is he playing Nightmares in his extra deck?
Surely everyone's... yeah, he's playing
I would say
Phoenix.
so.
Yeah.
So unless he goes for Phoenix before, which then is going to force it, I don't see the point of using it if it has such an explosive end, because then if you keep it for the Borrowload, how do they out your board? At the same time, though, you want to use impermanence during your turn, because if you use it during theirs, then how do you deal with it? Cold by the Grave is going to change, so Titan is not relevant, and he's going to hurt a lot, but...
If he banished the Matrix, wouldn't gain 500 attack.
Yeah. I know.
And that's basically all of...
Maybe he wants to steal it, so then he wants it to gain in the 500 attack.
Federico's interruptions, and I think I'd rather my opponent didn't have access to Dragon Dark next turn.
Yeah.
He's still got the fusion for next turn.
He's still able to do a lot. He can go into his favorite Borrowload if he wants, but let's see what he wants to do first.
It feels a little early.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like he needs to do a bit more messing around, gaining a few resources. Got to summon a prank, it basically seems to convert cards in the extra deck to cards in the hand.
Yeah.
Via some mysterious process using the grave. And the deck, I guess.
But yeah, it's looking like if he actually manages to go for a Phoenix just to be safe, then I don't see how he doesn't do the same thing he did as game one.
Yeah, I mean, Makotsi's only answer to a Borrowload is his own Borrowload.
Yeah. Then if you just go, you don't have to do much, because we saw that Triple Thunder Dragon just loses to Borrowload, essentially. So if you go for a Phoenix just to be safe, does he even play Unicorn? Or just the Phoenix?
Just the Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you need, honestly, in this spot, but...
I mean, he might just wait a turn. I don't know what he's scared of.
Would you?
I don't know.
I mean, Mekotsi has no cards in his hand, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
So and you even get the draw back.
He can wait a turn, right?
He can, but why? If you get
so you end up with more cards in case something goes... I mean, I guess nothing can go wrong.
I don't really see what can go wrong, honestly. If you go for a Phoenix, for example, even here, so you get it, the draw, because it's co-linked.
Yes.
Then it seems like it's really good to go for a Borrowload.
No, I agree. That seems very reasonable as well.
He's attacking?
Okay. Has it got more attack?
It shouldn't. Because I don't see a fuel spell, but maybe there's something we don't know.
Does it do something when it attacks?
Let's bring it up.
Maybe it's one of the cards in his graveyard?
Yeah, he doesn't do anything relevant about attacking.
It seems to have more attack, because Federico just banished something.
Yeah, then it's probably related to the Bow Wow.
Oh, I think it says Prankid's monster at points to gain
yeah,
attack.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why. But was that better, though?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I think it was quite a safe line to just go for a Phoenix and clear the back row and then Borrowload. I don't see what could have gone wrong, honestly. I can see the point of just making a lot of resources, but why?
I don't know. You'll have to ask Dinker.
Yeah. Because like we clearly know that the Raigeki is not good. So, but actually he doesn't have. Yeah. He doesn't have that many Thunder Dragons to remove, so maybe he does want to go for that.
You don't really want to be left with, like, you're effectively top decking if you use all of your resources into a bottle load.
But it wouldn't be top decking though.
Yeah, but if you use too many resources into a bottle load.
I know, but essentially he had 6 link materials on the board, so you only need 4 for Bottle's Worth, so you would be left with 2 Prankids, potentially.
I feel like you would have had to use maybe 2 link 2s. I don't know, maybe not.
No, not necessarily. He could have ended with Bow Wow and Bottle Load, you know? And Bow Wow already adds 2, and he would have 3 cards in hand, so I think that would have been really good.
Yeah?
But he didn't. And let's see.
I feel like this is still kind of just fine.
Yeah, it's still really good, but I just don't see the point of giving your opponent like more time and in general like options.
Yeah, no, I can get behind that.
Because the cool thing about that would have been that you can't even add from fusion because you control whatever, depending on what you steal. So.
Oh, that's true. It almost ends the game right there.
Yeah. Because now
the Titan's kind of worrying. It can start popping stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's still looking quite difficult, but would have been a completely different story.
So the Weather Washer prevents them from being destroyed by battle?
Yeah.
But they can still be destroyed by a card effect.
Yep.
So he's probably, maybe he's
thinking
just
about
use
interrupting
the
chain
on the Titan now.
I mean, yeah, that works, I guess.
Because otherwise, if he uses the impermanence on something else, it'll just be forced out.
Yeah. He does, and he said it in the same column, of course, as Federico own impermanence.
I mean, Federico could chain it, but he still can't chain his Titan anyway.
Yeah. But if he's gonna have to use more pops during the turn, then you can chain it, so at least you negate your opponent's impermanence.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be ideal, but you can force a lot, so why not?
I don't know, this is only out to borrow load.
I know.
It's about to go.
Yeah. But you force a bunch of things.
There is a chance that he might be able to get ahead on life points this turn. And given how slow these decks seem to be at clearing up each other's boards, that could be very relevant.
Yeah. You mean to win on time?
Oh yeah, there's 7 minutes left.
Yeah.
Neither of these games have been particularly fast. They've been fairly grindy.
I agree, but at the same time, we know that Dinka has a lot of life points effects,
options,
gaining or dealing options, so it's not going to be that easy. And he does play Border's Word in his extra deck as well, so that's some easy damage for next turn.
But at least, you know, some way of winning this game.
Yeah. Mekotsi does have this gold sarcophagus, so that's another option.
But he cannot use Thunder Dragon.
Dark, yeah.
He's got to remember that as well, because it happened a while ago, and
it's possible that he lost track of it.
A lot's gone on.
But yeah, now the fusion is going to happen. He's going to have a Raigeki available, and
yeah, I mean, he's actually running reasonably low on Thunders. He's got.
I mean, he did the last turn, but now he has. Yeah, he has 3, but like the Titan can just banish any card. Yeah,
random cards. Yeah. And I guess the gold sarcophagus. Presumably, you just banish a raw.
Yeah.
Unless you banish something else for two turns later.
You can banish some Spice Shiranui, but then that's the case. Yeah.
That would be quite fun.
Okay, so it seems like
I mean, maybe Brawl can just banish Dark, and then you'll get it to your hands. You'll have it for next turn. So currently he's got 2 monsters bigger than the Battle Butler.
And as we were saying, the life point difference seems to matter a lot, even though we basically didn't see any attack. It's almost a 5,000 life points difference.
Yep. I don't see how he gets over this, to be honest, because There are 4 monsters there. The Dinka. I mean, even though Dinka doesn't look like he's got any more interruptions.
Yeah. Because he can't really link summon due to the Battle Butler. Because both Borrowload and Borrows are weak to it. Against it. So
yeah, he's not running anything weird like Cerberus or anything, is he?
He can destroy it though, right? With the Titan possibly. I know there is another effect that lets you special summon from grave. Yeah, it is.
What?
So if discarded the
what's his other effect?
That when it is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, or not even an effect, just a card, you can special summon back Canon Fusion.
Oh. That seems really mean. Oh, and he can reduce the attack.
Yeah, that seems...
Maybe Makazi forgot that. I definitely forgot that.
Yep.
And that's more damage.
Oh, wow.
And that's all of the cards going back into the deck.
Yeah, it's going to reduce the attack, and then it's going to be basically impossible for Mikozi to deal some damage, unfortunately. And he's going to shuffle back the cards as well, get some recycling.
This is mad.
Yeah.
He's actually going to do it.
Yeah, I can't say for sure, but it looks like Dinka is in a great spot at the moment. Time is running out. We only have 3 minutes left, and
it's over 5,000 life points ahead.
Yeah.
He's got this sort of board of monsters, which really doesn't look like it's going anywhere. Like, they're going to add more cards next turn. Multiple cards in his hand.
Mikozi is forced to banish his entire graveyard to protect everything he has. And then I think Dinka forgot that Titan can banish also other cards, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, he's reminding them that the Impermanence was negated by Mikozi Impermanence. So he forgot about that, but it doesn't seem to be that relevant, and they should probably speed up at this point, even though it doesn't seem like Mikozi can deal enough damage anyway.
Or just for the rest of the game, really.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just got everything. Like, it doesn't seem like the Thunder Dragon deck is capable of dealing with this.
Yep.
At all.
It just seems like a bad matchup. You have
why,
some.
Why is the
what
cards not being banished?
I think they're talking about the Impermanence, but no, what? Wasn't the Impermanence negated the other Impermanence? I'm pretty sure it did.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Wait. Should we somehow tell them? I mean, they figured it out, but...
So yeah, I think Mikozi chained Impermanence to the other
Wasn't it negated? But...
maybe Ollie can step in for us.
Yeah, maybe Oliver can step in for us. Because we thought the Impermanence negated the Dinka Impermanence as well. But then Titan shouldn't have been destroyed, right?
Well, it stops Titan from using its effect to save itself. I don't know. I mean, Mikozi presumably knew the Impermanence, because that was why he did it.
Yeah, it seems like he did it in chain so that it wouldn't have been negated.
But yeah, Titan doesn't have to banish Thunder monsters.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Not quite sure what's happening with that. I mean, it doesn't really matter, because as we can see, there is not much time left, but I'm pretty sure he could have been able to protect the Titan, because the other Impermanence was negated by it.
Yeah, I totally agree. But I think it may be kind of
it's
academic. I mean, there's no way.
It is academic, but at the same time,
it
is also true. So
academic and true. Very important.
So Borrowload is summoned once again.
They enjoy the Borrowload.
You can hear the crowd probably going crazy. You can't blame them. This deck was definitely the underdog of the event, and it seems like he's going to be winning.
Called an underdog? This was unknown.
Yeah, not even an underdog. I mean, an underdog when it got leaked, I guess, when they first watched it on a future match on our stream on Saturday over the fall.
We were like, yeah, this deck is kind of looks
this
alright.
deck is cool. He's done this, he's done that, but...
And then, damn.
And then, yeah.
Borrowload as well shuts down the Titan from, like, interrupting him.
Yeah.
Although, Mikozi's got 2 interruptions for the Titan. I mean,
it's only a matter of time. There is less than a minute.
What's happened to all of Dinkerboy's life points?
They probably just added up the damage that was done last turn, I would say.
Sure. I mean, he's still on more.
Yeah.
And he's going to gain more at some point this turn, right?
I mean, it doesn't really have to, because as you can see, there are only 40 seconds left. And all Dinka has to do is probably enter battle phase, and he doesn't even need to do that because he's ahead in life points.
Yeah. What craziness.
Yeah, he's just showing off at this point. You can't blame him. I mean, he's just proving people how good the deck is.
You've got the chant from the crowd as the...
Yeah, the shove from the crowd. We're probably going to get a countdown from the 10.
What's he going to make a borrow sword as well?
Wow.
That was amazing.
Yeah. And the handshake, and there he goes.
Oh my God.
Dinka Boy takes it on with Prankids. Is the winner of Ycs Milan 2018. That was insane. We had a lot of emotions all weekend. It all come down to this. No one could have seen this coming. It's also a story of revenge, because King Kabui lost in the finals of YCS Utrecht.
Do you even think Dinka Boy would have seen this coming?
I don't think so. You remember that when we featured him, he said, I didn't prepare that much for this event, but I just thought the deck was looking
cool,
fun,
yeah.
it was looking cool, and who would have thought? But, well, we can only say that he proved them wrong. He proved everyone wrong, even us, I guess, because we couldn't think of this deck as the best option to win the event. I'm sure it will